Join us as we explore the dramatic era of the Reconquista, a defining period in the history of the Iberian Peninsula that spanned from the 8th to the 15th century. Chapter 1. The Islamic Conquest. In the early 8th century, a monumental event reshaped the Iberian Peninsula. The year was 711 AD, and the players were the Moors, Muslim warriors from North Africa. Their arrival marked the beginning of a new era in the history of this region. The Moors, skilled in warfare and driven by a mix of religious zeal and the pursuit of wealth, crossed the Strait of Gibraltar. This narrow waterway, separating North Africa from Europe, was the gateway to their rapid conquest. Led by General Tariq ibn-Ziyad, they landed near a rock that would later bear his name, Gibraltar, derived from the Arabic Jabal Tariq, meaning Mountain of Tariq. Their first major victory came at the Battle of Guadalete. Here, the Visigothic king, Roderick, faced the Moors. The battle ended in a decisive victory for the Moors, largely due to internal divisions among the Visigoths. This defeat marked the collapse of Visigothic rule and opened the door for Moorish expansion across the peninsula. Within a few years, the Moors controlled most of Iberia. They brought with them a rich and sophisticated culture, leaving a lasting impact on the land. Their influence was not just in military terms, but also in the realms of science, architecture, agriculture, and trade. Cities like Cordoba and Granada blossomed under their rule, becoming centers of learning and culture. This period also introduced a significant change in the religious landscape of the Iberian Peninsula. Islam, the religion of the Moors, spread throughout the region, coexisting with Christianity and Judaism. The Moorish conquest set the stage for centuries of history that would follow, marked by battles, cultural exchanges, and the long journey of the Christian kingdoms towards reclaiming their land. This was the beginning of the Reconquista. Chapter 2. The Christian Response. Following the Moorish conquest, the Iberian Peninsula witnessed the rise of resistance from the Christian kingdoms in the north. These regions, less affected by the Islamic invasion, became the starting points for what would be a long and arduous effort to reclaim their lands. The small kingdom of Asturias in the northern mountains played a crucial role in this early resistance. It was here that a Visigothic nobleman named Pelayo led a rebellion against the Moors. In 722 AD, Pelayo and his followers achieved a notable victory at the Battle of Covadonga. Though a small skirmish in scale, Covadonga held great symbolic importance, often regarded as the beginning of the Reconquista. Inspired by this success, other Christian territories began to assert their independence and push back against Moorish rule. Kingdoms such as Leon, Castile, Navarre, and Aragon emerged as significant players in the Reconquista. These Christian kingdoms were not always united, often competing with each other for territory and power. However, their common goal of driving the Moors out of the Iberian Peninsula remained a unifying cause. The Christian kingdoms slowly expanded their territories southward, often through a combination of military campaigns and strategic marriages. This expansion was not a continuous process, but rather a series of ebbs and flows, with periods of intense conflict followed by times of relative peace. The Moors and Christians not only fought battles, but also engaged in trade and cultural exchanges. Despite the ongoing conflict, there were moments of cooperation and mutual influence, especially in areas such as architecture, agriculture, and learning. This period set the stage for the gradual Christian reconquest of the Iberian Peninsula. It was a complex era marked by warfare, diplomacy, and the intermingling of diverse cultures. Chapter 3. Key Battles and Turning Points. As the Reconquista unfolded, several key battles and turning points significantly impacted the struggle between the Christian kingdoms and the Moors. These events not only shaped the military landscape, but also the cultural and political future of the Iberian Peninsula. One of the most critical battles was the Battle of Las Navas de Tolosa, fought in 1212. This battle was a turning point in the Reconquista. Christian forces from Castile, Aragon, Navarre, and Portugal, united under King Alfonso VIII of Castile, faced a large Muslim army led by the Almohad Caliph, Muhammad an-Nasir. The Christian victory at Las Navas de Tolosa marked a significant shift in power. It broke the Muslim hold over the southern part of the peninsula and opened the way for Christian expansion into Andalusia. Another pivotal moment was the Siege of Seville in 1248. King Ferdinand III of Castile successfully captured Seville. one of the most important and wealthiest cities under Moorish control. The fall of Seville was a major blow to the Moors and a significant step forward for the Reconquista. In the 13th century, the Kingdom of Portugal also played a crucial role. The Portuguese focused on expanding their territory and securing their borders, culminating in the conquest of the Algarve in 1249. This victory effectively completed the Reconquista in Portugal. The 14th and early 15th centuries saw a period of relative stability with fewer major conflicts. However, this was a time of preparation and consolidation for the final push against the last remaining Muslim kingdom of Granada. In 1492, the Reconquista reached its climax with the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella I of Castile, capturing Granada. This marked the end of 781 years of Muslim presence in the Iberian Peninsula. The fall of Granada was not only a military victory, but also symbolized a significant change in the religious and cultural identity of the region. These battles and milestones illustrate the ebb and flow of power during the Reconquista, reflecting a complex interplay of military strategy, political alliances, and cultural shifts. Chapter 4. A melting pot of cultures. The Reconquista, often viewed through the lens of conflict, was also a remarkable period of cultural synthesis. During this era, the Iberian Peninsula became a melting pot where Muslim, Christian, and Jewish communities coexisted and influenced each other, fostering a unique cultural and intellectual climate. The Moors, with their advanced knowledge in various fields, introduced new agricultural techniques, including irrigation systems that transformed the landscape and agriculture of the region. They brought crops such as oranges, lemons, and rice, which became staples in the local diet. Architecturally, the Moors left an indelible mark. The use of intricate tilework, horseshoe arches, and ornate calligraphy in buildings like the Alhambra in Granada and the Great Mosque of Cordoba showcased the sophistication of Islamic art and architecture. These structures remain as some of the most iconic examples of Moorish influence in Europe. In the realm of learning, the Iberian Peninsula emerged as a center of intellectual activity. Cities like Cordoba and Toledo became renowned for their libraries and schools, attracting scholars from across Europe and the Muslim world. The translation of Arabic texts into Latin, particularly in the fields of science, medicine, and philosophy, played a crucial role in the European Renaissance. Moreover, the coexistence of different religions and cultures, despite occasional tensions, fostered a climate of relative tolerance. This interaction led to significant cross-cultural exchanges, influencing language, music, literature, and daily life. Thus, the Reconquista was not merely a story of conquest and resistance. It was also a chapter of cultural fusion, where diverse influences blended to shape the rich heritage of the Iberian Peninsula. Chapter 5. The End of an Era. The Reconquista reached its conclusion in 1492 with the fall of Granada, the last Muslim stronghold in the Iberian Peninsula. This event marked a significant shift in the region's history, ending centuries of Muslim rule and establishing Christian dominance. King Ferdinand II of Aragon and Queen Isabella I of Castile, known as the Catholic monarchs, led the final campaign against Granada. After a lengthy siege, the city surrendered, bringing an end to the Nasrid dynasty. The surrender of Granada was a peaceful one, with terms that initially allowed for religious tolerance. The capture of Granada had profound implications. It not only symbolized the completion of the Christian reconquest of Spain, but also coincided with another pivotal event in world history, the voyage of Christopher Columbus. Sponsored by Ferdinand and Isabella, Columbus set sail in the same year, leading to the discovery of the New World. This marked the beginning of the Spanish Empire and the Age of Exploration. Thus, 1492 stands as a watershed year. It closed the chapter on the medieval history of the Iberian Peninsula and opened a new era of global exploration and expansion. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.